Okay, guys, this is just one of them days that I am relaxed because I got things that I've got to do before the end of the week. So I took the time to relax today. We all better start praying for one another instead of pointing the finger at people when they're struggling and they're doing bad. We never know what somebody else is going through. We can sit back and say, that person is scamming, that person is lying, oh, they just alike. We never know because we are not them. We don't know if they scamming or if they're telling the truth. We better understand one way or the other, it ain't none of our business. If they are scamming and getting over and getting extra money or whatever, that's between them and God. And that's where we all need to leave it. Now, I've been online off and on today, and I keep hearing about Dough Dash is scamming, Dough Dash is scamming, and Dontay, somebody else, Dontay. And this is what my 2 cents take on that is. So what? So what? I don't know either one of them personally. I don't know what they're going through. But I will tell you this. Keep living. Keep living. When I was 22, I thought I was dealing with something. Checked my little self into the hospital because I thought that I was having a nervous breakdown. One of my coworkers at the time was probably close to 40 years old. Her and another coworker came to that hospital and whipped me into shape. And one of the things that she said was, keep living. I thought I was going through something then. Woo, Jesus. When I went through being homeless and realizing for 40 years my mama had been doing witchcraft on me, and I was going from hell to hell to hell and couldn't figure out why. I kept telling myself, my motto is never give up. As much as I wanted to. And sometimes I tried to give up. I would be in the hospital, losing it. But I would tell myself, you can't give up. I'm 64. And with all the hell that I've been through, giving up is not an option. I'm steady trying to create more income after my mom did everything possible to keep me without an income or to keep me with an income less than $200, to keep me living on the streets. I can't imagine being here in Las Vegas where I live now, being on the streets right now. I just come from out there today. It is hot. I was on the street here in Las Vegas when I first got here. But thank God I had a shelter to go to at the end of the day. Because if I didn't, oh Jesus, it gets hot here in Las Vegas. And you think I want to sit back and put my mouth on talking about Dough Dash is scamming because she says she's about to get evicted. Oh, no, I will not put my mouth on that. What I will do for her is pray that doesn't happen for her. Because I've been evicted several times in my life. And it's no fun. It's no fun at all. It's no fun when you don't have family members to help you. It's no fun when family members call you up and say, how long did you have your business? And you tell them, well, I don't understand. As if they're never going to go through anything. All of us right now better realize, because of all of this political mess that's going on, we better pray for one another and stop sitting back trying to point the finger at this person. Well, they had money. They should have did this, that, and the other. You know what? When you've never had money and you finally get just a little bit, you want to do some things. You feel better. I can remember when I had a $25,000 charge card from Navy Federal. And I was doing a little traveling. I walked through the airport and I thought to myself one time how I missed my plane when I lived in Dallas and I was headed to Georgia. I missed my plane, and it was a cheap ticket from Spirit. And I went to the counter because I wasn't sure what time it was, because it wouldn't spit out my ticket for me to go through. And they said that it was too late for me to go through the gate. But if you pay $99 more, we can get you on the next plane. And I didn't have $99 more to pay. So when I had that $25,000 credit card, I walked through the airport and I felt a little different. No, let me correct it. I felt a lot different. I thought to myself, if I miss a plane or something happened, I got this charge card. I can get another plane. I got this charge card. I can check into a hotel tonight. But when you don't have money and something happened, you're sleeping on the airport floor. If you can't get another plane, if you can't get a hotel, you're at the mercy of them, waiting on another plane to get you out if a disaster has happened, if you're snowed in or whatever. So when you get your hands on a little money, you feel different. Tomorrow ain't promised to neither one of us. So sometimes when we get our hands on some money, we want to go and have that vacation. But in the back of our mind, we're saying, I really shouldn't do this. But then sometimes you tell yourself, I only live once. If I don't do it now, will I ever be able to do it again? When Dough Dash took that vacation to Disney, I felt a certain type of way. But guess what? That wasn't my money. It was hers. I'm 64. I've been through all of that craziness. I would have been saying, you know what? Forget a vacation. Let me keep going and do some investments or do something to help this money grow. Yeah, she did try to start a hurricane line. And like she said, somebody took off with her $2,000. It's life. We all probably have invested in something trying to make more money, and it was a failure. It's life. I'm making investments in different things right now, praying and hoping that I can develop multiple streams of income. And what will happen if nothing becomes of it? It's life. We can take a chance and do things to try to make multiple streams of income. We can take a chance and take a vacation that calms our mind and our body and our spirit, and then come back home and say, wow, I can't believe I spent all that money, but guess what? It's gone now. But we did it. We did it. And if tomorrow wasn't promised to you, you had a good time while you could. Personally, myself, for Dough Dash and Dontay, I'm pulling for you guys. And not only you two, but everyone that's struggling right now. For everyone that's trying to produce more income. Because currently, probably 80% of this world is struggling because of what's going on in Washington, D.C. My bills are paid. But if Trump decides that he don't want to pay us senior Social Security, my bills won't be paid. Because my pension ain't enough to pay my rent. I pay 62% of my income in rent. What the hell will I do if he decides we're going to cut Social Security? I'm at the mercy just like everybody else. When he decided we're going to take away food stamps, we're going to take away Section A, able-bodied folks don't need to get food stamps anymore. As if the jobs are plentiful out here. Jobs were plentiful when I was in my 20s. Jobs were plentiful when I was a teenager. You get fired or walk off a job nowadays, it's going to take you 6 months, 9 months, a whole year to find another decent job. I said decent. Because you might find another job within 3 months or whatever. And you might be standing up on your feet all day. You might have to listen to people talk to you all crazy and stupid. And you might just be getting minimum wage. And guess what? Is it worth it? If you're making minimum wage, but you can't pay rent nowhere on minimum wage? I keep hearing people over and over saying there are no jobs. I just saw something recently here in Las Vegas where people were saying, yeah, we got jobs, but the wages that they're paying us is nothing. And they're working at hotels and doing all kind of things in the number one tourist city in America. And they're making no money. If it wasn't for pad split, whew, where you rent a room in a house, I don't know what I would have done for 2 years while I was waiting on this apartment. I considered myself homeless, although I had a place to stay. I say that I was homeless for 6 years. That's semi-true, because I was renting a room in a house. But I thank God that I had a place to lay my head every night. I thank God that I had a beautiful, clean kitchen most of the time, because I did have a few roommates that were lazy. But I had a clean kitchen most of the time where I could go in there and fix me something to eat. I had washer and dryer that I could wash my clothes and dry them. I had a little money where I could buy me some food, keep myself fed. It hasn't always been like that for me or others. So for y'all folks who want to be on here talking about Dough Dash scamming and Dontay scamming, we don't know that for sure. And if they are, like I said, that's for God to handle. Not me, not you. But currently, we all better start praying for one another instead of pointing the finger and laughing at somebody if they're about to get evicted, or if they're about to lose their home, or if they're about to lose their car. And we sitting back talking about, oh, they just scamming. We don't know that. We don't know that. We don't know if somebody got witchcraft over their life. And I know a lot of y'all don't believe in witchcraft, and neither did I. But if I sat down and told you all the full story of my life, you might believe in it then. Because nobody could have had as much bad luck as I did. And I knew something wasn't right. All of my brothers and sisters, all of them were always doing fairly well, doing good, had their vehicles. I would have a vehicle, lose one, have a vehicle, lose one. I was making decent money most of the time. I had my balloon business that was going well most of the time. And I knew that when I couldn't even get over $3,000 a month in the balloon business, decorating, I knew something was wrong. Most small balloon people make more than that a month. I sit back sometimes and I get angry because I feel like in my youth, something was stolen from me. I can't do anything about it now, but just continue living and keep going. and to allow God to do whatever He's going to do for me, to me, so I can be in peace for the rest of my days. Stop sitting back, pointing the fingers at others, because you don't know when your day is coming. Keep living. Be blessed.